Hi, and welcome to The Other Side of Paradise, a series of short stories and radio plays by JP Paradise. Each episode may make you smile, it may make you think, but it will have you coming back for more. There's comedy, there's drama, and a little of everything in between. Whatever your taste, there should be something for you to enjoy. Please note that each episode may contain strong language, very dark humour, and themes of an adult nature. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, let us entertain you for a few minutes. Sit back, relax, and lose yourself in this episode. The Fossa and the Dodo.
Once upon a time, many, many years ago, on the island of Mauritius, a fossa hopped off a tree trunk onto a sandy beach and took in her new surroundings. The fossa had been in the tree when it had been uprooted and carried out to sea during a storm, and they had crossed hundreds of miles of ocean together from Madagascar. The fossa is a strange creature that looks part cat, part mongoose, and it is a fearsome predator. The fossa was very, very hungry after spending many days at sea, and she wondered what there was around to eat. As she padded along the shoreline, she noticed a large bird flying overhead. This bird appeared a little ungainly, with a large beak and stubby tail, but, despite this, it was a magnificent flyer. It also looked very tasty. The fossa called up to the bird.
Hi there, what are you? You are certainly a splendid flyer.
Swooping low over the fossa's head, the bird called back.
I am a dodo, and am I not the most magnificent creature to grace the air that you've ever seen?
The fossa, adept in flattery, conceded that this was indeed the case.
I have never seen another bird so at home in the sky as yourself.
Performing several aerial manoeuvres of breathtaking skill and agility, the dodo flew low over the sand and then shot far up into the air until it was nothing more than a speck against the sun. As it almost disappeared from view, it turned and came hurtling down faster than any creature had ever travelled. The very air around it appeared to shriek in protest at being pushed aside with such great force. At the moment it seemed that the dodo must surely plummet deep into the sand. It pulled up sharply out of the dive, did a little aerial pirouette, and then landed softly upon its feet in front of the fossa.
Am I not simply the most accomplished flying bird upon this island, or perhaps upon the face of the earth itself? What am I saying? Perhaps. Of course I am. There is no one better than I.
Now the fossa had heard a few braggarts in her time, but none came remotely close to the dodo. She had never heard anyone so boastful and full of their own self-importance, especially not one that looked as edible as the dodo. She smiled to herself.
Well, Mr. Dodo, sir, I tip my hat to you. You are without doubt the greatest aerial acrobat to fly through the seven skies. But tell me, what is the secret of your success? What makes you fly higher, faster, and with more skill and dexterity than any other bird? What gives you your strength, your stamina? Is it your diet? Tell me your secret, please do.
The dodo puffed up its chest to make it look even more magnificent.
It is true that diet plays an important part in keeping me in good shape. I eat only the juiciest fruits from the tallest trees, the meatiest crabs from the warmest parts of the sea, and the finest shellfish from the sandiest shore. This gives me great strength in my wings, stamina in my muscles, and as a bonus, makes my feathers shiny and manageable.
If your diet provides all that, then surely the more you eat, the stronger your wings become, the greater your stamina, and your feathers will be so shiny that they will reflect the very sun itself like a mirror.
Yes, Perhaps you have something there. Obviously, an inferior creature such as yourself is not normally capable of great ideas, but I concede that even you must have some moments of wisdom in your otherwise mundane life. I shall try as you suggest, and eat my fill of the juiciest fruits, the meatiest crabs, and the finest shellfish I can find.
Let me help you. 2 of us looking will be able to find twice as much as one. It would be an honour to assist you in your quest to achieve ever greater... greatness.
That's very kind of you.
They both set about fetching the juiciest fruits from the tallest trees, the meatiest crabs from the warmest part of the sea, and the finest shellfish from the sandiest shore. The dodo began to eat what they gathered, and soon it stopped searching altogether and kept eating instead, whilst the fossa ranged further and further across the island to find the very best foods for the dodo to consume. After a while, the dodo belched and broke wind.
I think that's probably enough for now.
Do your wings feel any stronger? Can you feel the stamina in your muscles? Do your feathers gleam?
Not really. In fact, I feel a bit sick.
That's because you haven't eaten enough.
Are you sure about that? I'm all bloaty, and I think I've eaten an oyster that didn't agree with me. Do you really think I haven't eaten enough?
Absolutely. I'll wager that your flying skills have increased tenfold, but I bet we can do even better. Let me bring you even juicier fruits, and even meatier crabs, and even finer shellfish.
All right then, if you think it will make a difference. I shall be magnificent. I shall be unsurpassed.
The dodo ate, and he ate, and he ate. As he ate, his body grew bigger and bigger, and rounder, whilst its wings shrank shorter and shorter. The fossa brought comestible after comestible, and the dodo kept eating and eating. His body kept growing bigger and rounder and bigger. His wings became shorter and stubbier and shorter, until they were almost merely stumps.
I think it is time to put this experiment to the test. Let's see you fly higher, faster and longer than you have ever flown before.
The dodo belched loudly, broke wind even louder, and stretched what remained of its wings. He flapped pathetically for a bit, then hopped around a little, neither of which got it remotely airborne. Finally, he tried a running takeoff, but quickly came to a stop, wheezing and panting breathlessly.
I can barely move. I can't fly, and I can't even run. I'm useless.
Oh, not completely useless, for you'll make the finest lunch a hungry fossa could wish for.
With that, the fossa ate the dodo, sighed contentedly, and slept happily upon the sand. And if there is a moral to this sad and sorry tale, it is a simple one. Beware the sin of pride, 'cause everybody knows fat birds don't fly.
That was The Fossa and the Dodo, written by J.P. Paradise. Adam Sturges was the narrator. The fossa was played by Mij S-B, and the dodo was played by Oli Beech. It was inspired by and includes a quote from Fun Lovin Criminal by the Fun Lovin Criminals. It was recorded and mixed at Westbury Road Studio by J.P. Paradise using sound effects from the BBC Sound Effects Library. Production and editing by Alex Brunsdon. This episode is a The Other Side of Paradise production 2026. All copyright held by the author. If you enjoyed this episode, why not like and subscribe to receive notifications about new episodes, available wherever you get your podcasts. If you really, really enjoyed it, why not give us a review and share the podcast with your friends, family, and complete strangers? And most of all, thank you for listening.